Okay, ladies, so I was asked about my equipment and what I recommend and what is not really necessary but awesome to have. So I'm gonna go over it. For beginners, if you're first starting, the best thing to invest your money in is in weights, whether that's gonna be different size of weights or you can go with a bar, with plates. So you want to have a lot of different sizes so that way your training is better because you can go heavier or lighter depending on the exercise and the muscles that you're working. So that's the best way to go, having a lot of variety with your weights. So in order to protect your hands from all of that equipment, I suggest you get a pair of gloves. Not only it's going to protect your hands, but it also puts you in that mindset of like beast mode, let's go. Another piece of equipment that I consider essential are loop-ends. We use them in our training, and you want to make sure that you have different resistance. Sometimes you want a little more resistance, sometimes you want less. So they sell them in packages of 3 at times. If you see those, that's a good choice. Okay, so this next equipment could be considered for beginners or intermediate. I love bands in general. You can get the ones with the handle or without the handle. These are awesome for back exercises and as finishers. So if you want to invest your money, first go with weights, then you go with your gloves, your loop bands, and then consider getting some regular bands like these. Next, we have the balance ball. I use it a lot for hamstrings and to do my squats against the wall to protect the knees. It's an awesome piece of equipment. Core exercises, just amazing. Now, with the balance ball, it depends on your height. There's a chart you can Google balance balls by height, and it's gonna tell you which balance ball is the best for you, depending on your height. So look that up, and that's how you buy a balance ball. Okay, before we move on to the more advanced type of equipment, let's just go over mats really quick. You want something that is anti-slippery and is pretty thick so that it can give you more comfort. Okay, now you've been training for a while and you want to invest some money on equipment that is going to take you to that next level. The best equipment is parallel bars. Okay, they're gonna help you with definition in triceps. They're just gonna take your workouts to that next level. So parallel bars are amazing. I like the tall ones for the dips. I don't necessarily like the little ones too much, but some people do like it for push-ups and things of that nature. My second beast mode equipment is the pull-up bar. You can use the bands to wrap it around at the beginning so that you can do the pull-ups with the bar, but then afterwards you might be able to do it without the bands, and it's just an amazing exercise. So if you're at that advanced level, the pull-up bar is definitely a good investment. Now we also have the ankle weights. These are amazing for intermediate to advanced fitness levels to use when you're using the loop bands, and even sometimes when you're using just the weights. The combination of both are really going to take that exercise to that next level. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend ankle weights if you're just beginning. This is more for intermediate to advanced fitness levels. The weight vest is actually one piece of equipment that could be good for beginners, intermediate, or advanced. If you are beginners and sometimes it's just annoying to be carrying the weights and you just want to focus on your form, putting on the weight vest, it's really gonna free your hands so that you can focus on form. And for intermediate to advanced fitness levels, you can use both. You can use the weight with the weight vest and just intensify whatever exercise you're doing. So this is a great investment. One side note though is that this piece of equipment, you want to use it only for lower body workouts and nothing where you're leaning forward. So like deadlifts and things like that, no, not good. This is more for squats and lunges and things of that nature. Now we're moving on to yoga blocks. I actually think that these are pretty essential for stretching. So if you are into stretching or you're doing your stretching routines, definitely get some yoga blocks. They're also good for workouts. Instead of using like a high chair, sometimes you can use the yoga block for beginners. It just makes it easier that way. So this is also a great piece of equipment to buy. In the subject of stretching and post-workout, rollers are very famous. I don't necessarily use them too much, to be honest. I prefer stretching, but if you're very sore in an area, you can just use the roller, to target that specific area. So this is a good option. Okay, so let's say you bought all of that equipment and you are now ready to buy some fun equipment. I strongly recommend the Feet Up, or basically what is called an inversion device. It's so much fun. It looks difficult, but I swear it's very easy. It actually makes inversions a lot easier than if you just do it on your hands. So this is a piece of equipment that I just think is really fun, and if you have the money, just get it. You're not gonna regret it. Another piece of equipment that I equally love is the yoga trapeze. I mean, this is just really fun to have. And you can do basically a lot more than you can do with the feet up. But obviously it takes a little bit of practice. So maybe you would have to sign up, for an aerial yoga class before you get on this equipment, just so that you're safe. I think that pretty much covers all the equipment that I use. Maybe I left something out. I tend to do that. So if you remember something that I didn't mention and you want to know about it, just let me know and I'll let you know what I think about that particular piece of equipment.